Welcome to week number 5 of the MEA GTR Cup. I'm SSR Mayhem bringing you the live action here at Spa. We have 20 drivers ready to set the stage, 30 in all between the B and the A lobby. The finale week, the champion will be crowned, and we will be closing the 2019 season here at MEA. Once again, I'm SSR Mayhem, and tonight we'll bring you some live action here at Spa. And all the drivers are in the lobby as we get ready to rock and roll, and it should be a good show once again as we close out this season. So just bear with us momentarily here. All right, so we're getting ready to go. So here we go. The starting lineup for tonight's race looks like this. Starting on the front row from Rise Motorsports, RZM Breeze with his first time of the season, starting on that pole position. Right behind him, and it should be his teammate, RZM Ridge. And I guess Ridge has decided that he wants to start from the tail. I'm not positive. We'll find out in a minute here, but it should be Ridge alongside him. Starting that second row, SSR Bobbers in the new 2020 Slapshift Racing paint as Ridge starts creeping back up, so Ridge will get back into his spot as he hits the brakes a little bit there. ESV Chasmo can't finish any worse than 16th today if he wants to claim his first ever MEA title for Lucis Motorsports. Right behind them, the Challenger. He's going to need a lot of help, a lot of luck to close out a great year for JSR Hydras. He missed one race this season. FRF Tiago, he starts right behind Hydra in that 6th spot as he's had a phenomenal first year with us, first series I should say. SSR Markey, former champion of the MEA Prototype Challenge as well. He starts right behind him in that 7th spot. Next to him, CXR Supreme. What a season it has been for him in that beautiful CXR paint scheme there as he gets ready to close out his 2019 campaign. CXR Supreme driving on the wheel. Right along him, team owner, team leader, CXR Bulla, had a great campaign. His teammate, his driver, CXR Smudger, has grown rapidly throughout this season. SSR Nicole, as she looks to close out in her final series of 2019. She will start in that 11th spot. Next to her, WRT Yem in his first ever MEA appearance for Wolf Racing Team. What can he do? He had a great run last week, and looking to have another good one to finalize his 2019 campaign. LMP Amoeba. What can we say about this guy? Quick, fast, consistent. Look out for him. He starts in that 13th spot. MRT Joel, not the way the season has been probably planned out for him. He's had a great year here at MEA, and all the series that he has entered has struggled in the last 2 between the Prototype Challenge and the Nissan GTR Cup, but he is looking for a good day today, probably close out the season strong. Keep an eye on him as he starts way back in that 14th position. In the next row, CXR Viper, Ghost Viper that is, he starts in that 15th spot. Alongside him, Diamond Man 2014, back in racing action once again, as he's been a regular with us here all season long. He's looking to close out another fantastic year, as it's been nice to see him and how he's grown in MEA. On the outside, or in the next row, in the 17th position, MRT Truth has had a very good year here at MEA, but looking to close out strong as the season comes to an end. And AMR Light, this is his first series with us here at MEA, and he's been very spectacular. It's just nice to see some new faces in the league, and we wish him the best of luck. 19th, this is our Oval Racer. He's been flirting with the A and B lobbies this season. He's back at the A lobby and back in racing action after a few weeks off. SSR Star-Lord, sick, but he's here, and he's looking to make a difference. MSB Shadow, and I believe one other driver did not make the show today. So here we go. as we get ready to rock and roll the final race of 2019 here at MEA is about to begin. And what a championship track this could be held at, as here we go. Green flag is in the air, and RZM Breeze will lead the field into lap number 1, and here we go. See how things go here. These are very tricky cars. They don't have much braking, and everybody looks like they get through turn 1 very good here. Let's get into the back a little bit here with MRT Joel as they get ready to go up Roll Rouge. Now we're going to find out how these guys handle the first lap all together, and here they come up Rouge. And it looks like everybody got through cleanly. We'll check back as Yem fell off the pace just a little bit there. And Yem made a mistake going up Old Rouge. He's got no damage, so that's good to see. But he's got quite a mountain to climb as he's going to have to track down these guys up to the front. So let's get back to the racing action as Yem's going to have to come up through the field as we run along with CXR Bull. I'm running in that 9th position right now. Everything going pretty well for most of these guys as he's on the outside of CXR Supreme side-by-side championship contender. CXR Supreme following SSR Marking. CXR Bull running the backside of Supreme. MRT Joel trying to follow suit with those guys. Oh, Supreme almost gets clipped into that wall there, able to hold on to the car as they go around that left hanger right there. So far, so good for the guys up front, 1 through 10, 11th back. It looks like they have finally distinguished themselves. Let's check up to the race leader right now. It is RZM Breeze, and who else? The pole sitter, as he's going to lead us all through lap number 1 right now. And let's check on the championship contenders here. Chasmo has fallen back to 6. Hydra moved up 2 positions now. Hydra's working onto the backside of SSR Bobberts. What could have been for SSR Bobberts this season? Missed 1 race. That could have been the difference maker between being out of the championship contention and being in the championship contention. And now he wants to make it hard for some of these guys that are competing for the title. JSR Hydra to the inside of Bobbers. Hydra gets loose. Chasmo dives to the inside. 2 championship contenders side by side. Bobbers is really wide off the final corner. And these are the 2 to watch here today, ladies and gentlemen. Chasmo and Hydra. Rivalry between the 2 of these guys. And look at them, side-to-side action there. Chasmo's go a little wide, didn't get a good run off of 1. Tiago right in the mix. And they're coming up Rouge again. Chasmo just trying to hang with Hydra. Hydra all over the back bumper of SSR Bobbers now, the 2 championship contenders. Now Chasmo is currently the title winner as it sits right now. Hydra's going to have to win this one, and he's got to get around a pretty tough field, but he gets to the inside of Bobbers side by side, going into the right-hander right there. Still bumping and banking side by side, and almost clips that outside wall. Chasmo looks to the inside now. Oh, whoa, and Chasmo and Hydra clip. Chasmo waits up for Hydra. Sportsmanship by those guys. And they both lose positions and more as Hydra and Chasmo start falling back. So now they're battling outside the top 5. And it's a big one here as these guys really are putting on a show. And talk about rivalry week. Depending who you are, battling for that 3rd place spot. FRF Tiago trying to hunt down SSR Bauer. It's a little drama to end week number 3 at Laguna Seca as these 2 are battling for position. And look at it the way you want, but if you're a Bobbers fan or you're a Tiago fan, accusations were made on the specific driving at the end of that race. And here they are again battling for position. And look at this, SSR Markey already gained a few positions. running in that 5th spot all by himself. MRT Jewel started 15th and is already looking to try to crack the top 5, but he's got the championship contender JSR Hydra right behind him in 6th, 7th CXR Supreme as well. So if we talk about the top 3 cars in the championship right now, they are running 7 through 9, and let's get on with Supreme, as Supreme is one of the championship contenders as well. He needs a miracle, though, to pull off the title, as he would need both Chasmo and Hydra to finish pretty much 19th and 20th in this one. So if you're a Supreme fan who's driving only on the wheel, I believe he's the only driver in the field racing with a wheel, and Hydra goes to the inside of Jewel. Side by side, Jewel with the crossover by Hydra. Side by side, down to the right carousel there. Supreme as well looks to the inside. Chasmo trying to follow him out, but not going to be able to pull it off. As Supreme's got to lay off just a little bit there. Joel gets a little wide off the corner. Joel trying to throw that block. Was able to hold him off. But look at the move by Chasmo. The crossover to the inside. What a move by ESP Chasmo. Championship points leader. Supreme still falling. Chasmo still trying to get around MRT Jewel to be right along with Supreme. And a little nudge. Just trying to get through there differently, but look at this. CXR Bulla now showing up. Let's pull up the race map. And you can see everyone's still together. Looks like WRTM was able to get back up to the back of the pack there as he's tracking down MRT Truth and SSR Oval Racer. SSR Nicole is starting 11th. She's dropped back a few positions. Diamond Man, however, has moved up a couple. Amoeba still running pretty much where he was at. And let's go up to the race lead right now. A battle for the race lead. 2 teammates, RCM Breeze and RCM Ridge. Rise Motorsports drivers. Ridge's first appearance in this series. Did sign up earlier in the year, was not sure if he would be able to compete at all this season. And it looks like he made a finale appearance, so glad to have him with us in the final race of the season. And obviously RCM Breeze, not a stranger to the league, and he is currently up front. So we'll get back with these guys in a little while. Let's check out that 3rd place battle as Bobbers has finally gotten away from Tiago. Looks like Tiago must have made a mistake as Marty got by him. Tiago, though, is now being pressured by JSR Hydra. Markey trying to lead the charge here between these guys. And here we go into the chicane. Tiago got Hydra with him side by side. Chasmo, however, got around Jewel. Tiago still doing battle with JSR Hydra. Meanwhile, ESP Chasmo has been able to catch right back up into these guys' battle, and he's bringing on Jewel with him. Looks like CXR Supreme lost a little bit of momentum. He's now sitting there in the 10th spot as CXR Bulla takes over side by side through Eau Rouge. And there goes GSR Hydra with a power move. Go inside the top 5, or sorry, crack into the top 5. That'll put Tiago one position down now, as now Tiago is trying to find his momentum. It looks like he's just lost it a little bit ever since the start of this one, or whenever he had these issues. And right there you see them. Tiago just trying to play some defense right now. Not a whole lot going on for him. Four-car battle, 6 through 10. Or, I'm sorry, 6 through 8. Apologize. Let's pull up the race map. Let's see how the field looks. So far, nobody's really off the pace. It's good to see. I know WRTM had some issues on lap number 1 through Rouge, but it looks like he's recovered very well, and he's caught the tail end of the field. Let's see how Tiago's fuel's going. So far, only a quarter of the way there on fuel, so right now, nothing major for some of these guys, but as we check the progression throughout the race to see how not only the tires, the fuel takes going on, and obviously depending on how you're racing with some of these people, could depend on when you need to pit, depending on the last with, oh my, Chasmo with a crossover movement. That was interesting. I don't know if it looked weird on your guys' screen, but it looked like he magically went through him. And Joel to the inside of Tiago now. So Tiago is starting to lose positions. Let's go check the back of the pack. Let's go get on LMP Amoeba. Running right behind Smudger and Bulla. He's slowly creeping up into the field right now. Smudger, she's looking to challenge Bulla. Nicole's falling back to 20th. Let's see if there's anything wrong with her. She was running inside the top 15. She made a pit stop. So a uncertain scheduled pit stop for SSR Nicole. Hopefully no damage was imminent. It was just planned for her, as we got a battle here in the back of the pack. Looks like 16th through 19th duking it out right now. AMR Light, MRT Truth, WRTM, and SSR Oval Racer all going at it right now. Like we just got battles everywhere. MRT Truth to the inside of AMR Light. He takes over that position for 16th. Oh! And yeah, almost overdoing it. Lost the position, was able to hold on to the car there, so Yema able to hang on. Go check out CXR Ghost Viper. He's all by himself. He's chasing down Diamond Man. Star-Lord not too far behind him in that 15th spot. Looks like Amoeba picked up a position. MRT Jewel lost positions. Not sure what's going on with Jewel, as He's fallen back a little bit after that great start he had. LMP Amoeba battling with CXR Smudger. He's got MRT Jewel as well behind him. So far, not too many aggressive moves, it looks like here. It looks like these guys are trying to settle in and not push each other too much to the max. It's really easy to make mistakes at this racetrack. But what a great place for a championship week, and not only that, but the season finale here at MEA. And if you're just tuning in, this is the final race of the MEA GTR Cup and MEA regular season of 2019. As we are to the first quarter almost of this one, as RZM Breeds and RZM Ridge 1 and 2 have gotten away from the field. Meanwhile, championship contenders JSR Hydra and ESV Chasmo and CXR Supreme are having issues early on this race, as they have pretty much been in all type of battle circumstances, and they have been basically just duking it out and basically trying to figure out a way to crack themselves up the race pack, as they are currently either running inside the top 5 or outside looking in, as it's been interesting none the least. As you see right there, MRT Jewel clips the backside of Amoeba after Amoeba tried to put on a side-by-side clinic with Smudger coming out of the final chicane. Get back to these guys in a little while. Let's go check out Tiago, as he's been struggling. Certainly running in that 8th spot behind CXR Supreme, who's picked up another position. Supreme also has been struggling early in this race. Looks like he's finally getting it back together, though. Tiago getting really wide on that corner there, as Bola's trying to get up to him. Let's check on championship points there. ESV Chasmo all by himself right now, as he's trying to catch up to JSR Hydra. And we got a battle for the 3rd spot, it looks like, as SSR Bobbers trying to fend off teammate SSR Markey for that 3rd position. Meanwhile, championship contender JSR Hydra and points leader ESV Chasmo are both slowly creeping up on them as well, which could turn this into a 4th place battle. JSR Hydra already looking in on the whole ordeal. Markey with a strong campaign in this series. Hasn't had the season he wanted here at MEA. Hasn't won a MEA race since 2018, back in season 1 of the Prototype Challenge, when he became the MEA season 1 Prototype Challenge champion. And a little battling there with him and JSR Hydra as they lose Bobbers for momentarily, and Bobbers trying to just get these guys away from him. Markey doing some battling here, trying to fend off JSR Hydra. And Hydra looks like he got his front nose to the outside of Markey. Oh, bumping and banging there, letting each other know, hey, going with you. Hydra looks to that inside. Bumping and banging. You see Chasmo in the background. And they bump and just hanging on through the corner. Oh, it looks like Hydra clipped it. Really tough battle after that 4th position. Meanwhile, Boberts, who was in the mix, has been able to get away from the group. And look at that championship battling going out here right now. And though we know that Chasma has to finish at least 15th, 16th or worse for Hydra, not only Hydra has to win the race, but Chasma has to finish within that range. And you can tell they're racing as if this is a championship event. Here we go for the final chicane off the lap. Markey dug it in a little deep. Roberts goes into the pits. No bumping and bending. JSR Hydra battling hard with SSR Markey, but look at that. Chasmo's into the picture now. And Hydra gets his nose back into the inside of Markey. Guys are just train riding it right now. Look at Chasma sticking his nose in a little bit there behind Hydra. Oh, Mark doesn't get a really good run. Hit the brakes a little sooner than everybody else. Very scary point in the race where you don't really want to see anybody make too big a mistake. Don't overdrive the car, don't underdrive the car. And right now, oh! Hydra and Markey into the sand. Looks like Hydra and Markey just kind of got car to car there. And they just hooked up and were not able to get off one another. That put both of them into the sand. And the beneficiary out of that was ESV Chasmo. What Mark does here as man Hydra. Maybe they'll go into the pits, I don't know. And Mark says, I am heading to pit road. We're going to get out of that mess, and we're going to see what goes on from here on out. Let's check out how Boberts is doing after his pit stop. He's back there in the 12th spot right now, all by himself into the open. So not a whole lot of traffic issues so far in this one for SSR Boberts. Everyone's staying out on the racetrack. Let's go check out the race leader. And we have a race lead change. RCM Ridge is now the race leader. Breeze, Ridge really going at it right now. These two teammates have been pretty much with each other since the start of this race. And I know that we could have been on these guys for having so much going on in this race. And if you guys have any questions, I do have my chat box up, keeping an eye on it. So if you want to talk, let's talk. Ridge never won an MEA event before. Could today be his first? He's got to hold off RCM Ridge, or I'm sorry, RCM Breeze. A tough competitor, needless to say. See where Mark come out of. He's back there in 12th now, I think. Or 11th, I'm sorry. Bobberts, meanwhile, starting to cut up through the field a little bit, getting around Amar Light. Let's see where Supreme's at. Supreme's running 12th. He's all by himself. He's actually following behind Marky right now. Diamond Man 2014 and SSR Star-Lord, they're up to 6th and 7th, and they're battling. Looks like everyone's making scheduled pit stops right now. There is people in pit road. Looks, I'm not sure who it is, to be honest with you. Oh, Diamond Man! Got nudged by Star-Lord. Star-Lord trying to make an aggressive move through the back chicane. Looks like Tiago might have made the pit stop. I'm not positive. The Chasma made the pit stop. These two are really battling it out. You saw Diamond Man try to throw the block on Star-Lord. Meanwhile, they are getting closed in by MRT Truth, who as well has not made a pit stop yet in this one. Bobberts right there is behind them. And if you show the statistics, guys, I mean, look at Truth's tire wear and fuel mileage, and then we'll look at Star-Lord's. Pretty similar. So these guys, pretty much the cars are running the same, type of pace. Some of these guys have a little percent or two difference. That's because of the type of racing they're doing right now. If you're by yourself, you're probably saving a little more compared to you racing hard and battling somebody where the tire wear is starting to really kick up. Star-Lord is just trying to get around Diamond Man and he's not able to do it right now. Let's check out how WTM's doing. He had an early mistake, but he is in 19. He made a pit stop not too long ago. SSR Ultra Racer in that 20th spot. SSR Nicole has gained a few positions since her pit stop. Got question for Nicole is, can she make it on fuel? She pitted on lap 7, and that wasn't even near halfway. You gotta wonder if she can make something happen here. Amoeba has made his pit stop. There are pit road attendees. RZM Rich and Breeze into the pits. JSR Hydra and FR Tiago stayed out. And Breeze has lost a little ground on Rich. Bumping and banging between Truth and Bobberts. Bobberts will take over the 7th position now, putting Truth a position down to 8th. I believe pit cycle had pretty much been completed. We know Hydra and Tiago still need to pit. Diamond Man, Star-Lord need to pit. Truth needs to pit. And I believe Light needs to pit as well. And I think that would be the last guys and girls that would need to make a pit stop this one. And meanwhile, everybody else is pretty much pitted up to this racing point. So we'll keep an eye on some of these guys as they cut up through the field. And Chasmo is sitting there in that 7th spot. He's got SSR Marky, who's caught back up a little bit to him. Marky's been by himself for some laps. AMR Light in the picture as well, but we know Light is probably going to need to make a pit stop here sooner or later. A lot of these guys pitted about halfway on fuel, so I wonder if that's a strategy for most of these guys, or maybe reflects on the tire wear on how fast these cars get at some point of the race, and it might be more of a tire wear issue today than it is a fuel mileage issue. And a lot of these guys are staying out on the racetrack still. I mean, 4 drivers at least have not pitted. JSR Hydra, FRF Tiago, they're still running out there by themselves as well. And the battle for 5th, side by side almost. Diamond Man's able to cut into it a little bit. Looks like Star was just running with the draft. Look at the move by Star-Lord! Side by side, a little bit of a bumping and banging, but he takes that position there. What a move by SSR Star-Lord to take it from the outside. A little bump in there, but it's racing. And it looks like he clipped the glass just a little bit. Diamond Man back to the inside. And Bobberts is in a very bad position because he is currently behind 2 cars that haven't pitted yet. Side by side, bumping and banging. Diamond Man going at it with Star-Lord. Bobberts to the inside of him. And Bobberts will be able to stick his nose underneath, it looks like, and he does. How much time did that lose Bobberts, though? As Chasmo and Market behind him. Oh, but Star-Lord clips the inside of Bobberts. This is getting interesting. 3 drivers still have not yet pitted, all right here with one another. Diamond Man, Star-Lord, Truth, and you got Bobberts, Chasmo, Markey, who are right with each other as well. And this is not the position you want to be in right now if you're SSR Bobberts, because you got to get out of this mess as Chasmo and Markey are on their way. And we saw earlier how close they were in pace, so Bobberts is going to want to get through this field. And meanwhile, Star-Lord's lost ground on Diamond Man, and now is trying to hold off MRT Truth as it goes to the final chicane. And they're staying out on the racetrack. Truth, though, is going to make a pit stop. So Truth entering pit lane right now. And it looks like Diamond Man made a pit stop. So Diamond Man and Truth made their pit stop. Star-Lord's going to stay out on the racetrack. JSR Hydra just came out of the pits, and he's with Star-Lord right now. Star-Lord's in a really awkward spot right now as he's the lonely guy out. But Star-Lord clips the grass. And he just lost 3 positions, or maybe more than that. So he's going to need to think about taking that pit stop here momentarily. FRF Tiago as well is still out on the racetrack by himself. He needs to make a pit stop as he's coming down to the wire. He's the only of 2 drivers left to pit, as him and Star-Lord need to think about making pit stops here soon, as it seems like if it is based off a positive strategy, you'd think maybe, you know, everyone else is pitting, I should probably pit too, but Tiago was in the championship hunt earlier this season, missed last week's race and pretty much knocked Tiago out of the championship running. He was 3rd in the points, and now he's just raced for keeps here, as he's going to stay out on the racetrack again. Very interesting by FRF Tiago, because Ridge and Breeze are actually right behind him. Hydra, pretty much doing the same. Chasm right behind him. Markey is right there as well, and it looks like Star-Lord is still on the racetrack. He is. He stayed out. CXR Supreme in the championship hunt, but he's pretty much out of it as of right now. He's just trying to keep a good pace, stay consistent, and try to finish inside the top 10 and hope that something could happen to the two racing for the championship. Because right now, all 20 drivers still in this one, 10 laps to go. It's getting really, really interesting here at certain points of this race, and it hasn't seemed to been a damper because there's been a lot of racing action, a lot of ifs and buts and ifs and what's there, but Supreme just running himself and doing what he's got to do. And looks like Amoeba had gained a position off of Joel, running in 11th. Joel and then Nicole right behind him. And those two had a little bit of some words last week at Catalunya. Nicole and Joel was in some unpredictable circumstances. He's Shadow and Elgard, not with us here today, and they were amongst the many who's seen that incident last week between these two. And, we don't talk enough about Amoeba, and, we talk about LMP Amoeba, used to be known as Enough Amoeba 881, and he runs for the LMP team, and here's a guy that's very consistent, fast driver, might not be the fastest on the racetrack, but, he has consistent results, and he's a guy that you just know, where he starts is where he's probably going to finish, if not better, and he hasn't disappointed. He's gained a few positions so far in this one. And right now he's playing defense against one of the best here at MEA that we've seen when it comes to consistency. And we talk about consistency as MRT Jewel hasn't been too consistent late in this season. He's had some very struggling points. And right now, he just needs to figure it out. He's got a great start to this race. Fell back a little bit, but looks like he's found his calling. And he's got it going again. As it looks like, I believe SSR Star-Lord was into the pits. So let's check that out. He is. That was Star-Lord that entered the pits. And also Tiago had pitted as well. And Tiago is running 9th now. So the pit cycling has ended. And we will see what happens here as there is 9 to go at this one here. And Bobbert's still running 3rd in front of Hydra, who's finally caught up to him. And you pull up the race map, and you see where Ridge is, and you see where Bobbert's Hydra are, and they are about a turn and a half maybe away from those guys. Markey has slowly fell off the pace from Chasmo and Hydra, but he's still there in the midst as well. Anything can happen late in this one. Didn't get the qualifying heat light, but not doing too bad here today. As it gets to the final chicane again. And Bobbert's trying to hold on, hug that inside line so Hydra couldn't get any type of run. For you those watching, we will have post-race interviews with the top 5, and we will announce the championship points winner and season title holder here in the MEA GTR Cup. Hydra looking to make a move. He goes to the outside of Bobberts. Got a nice run, but can he hold it? We saw Star-Lord do it earlier on this turn, and there he goes. He was able to seal it. Nice move by JSR Hydra. ESV Chasmo, looking for his first ever title in MEA history. He's had one win this series, a couple wins in MEA this season. He's been elusively waiting, no pun intended, to have an opportunity at crowning himself as a champion in MEA, and it looks like Hydra got real wide a lap ago. As you can see, him and Bobber duking it out and get on board with Chasmo, who finally gets to get a sniff of this battle. SSR Mark, you see him in the background there. He's still within range, and the way these three are battling, anything can happen for him to get inside that top 5, as that's what he's trying to do. Really tough battling here for these guys. It's really interesting to watch. Chasmo getting a nice run through there. And Chasmo, whoa, Chasmo real deep into the turn. And 3 wide, and look at Hydra! Holy moly. Talk about some moves there. Big dive bomb by ESV Chasmo. And then Hydra tried to do a little crossover on Bobbert since they went 3 wide coming out. Still side by side going into turn 1. Oh boy. Marky's got to creep up a little bit from that battle in there. And Hydra was able to sneak up past Bobberts through that section. Bobbert's trying to take a dip into Hydra again there. Marky's gotten a lot closer though. These guys have been really battling it out in front of them. And not only that, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, I see Supreme in the background as well. And Hydra got real wide again there. Almost took off the nose of Bobbers. Bobbers puts the sand just a little bit there in the grass, so to speak. That gives Chasmo an opportunity here. Chasmo has 1% engine damage, but he gets the job done. He gets around Bobbers. 7 laps to go. And, oh, Bobbers gets the back end of Chasmo. He's able to hold on to it, though. We talked about people who we think couldn't make it on fuel, possibly, to the end of this one. 7 laps to go. Battling for race position. SSR Nicole has gotten around LMP Amoeba. And so did Joel. So Amoeba going down a couple positions again. And Nicole's had an up and down season. She's been in some pretty horrible incidents, has qualified really well this season, and just hasn't been able to put it together. And here she is running in that 11th spot right now, right behind MRT Joel, looking to take a crack into the top 10. Be a big win for her, as it just has been the season she's wanted, and Amoeba starting to lose ground on these two. Side by side, Joel and Nicole. And what a nice move to the outside by Nicole. And she's got the run. Nicole will crack inside the top 10 now. Or into the top 10. So Nicole has taken that position. And Joel's going to try to do something here as well, but can he click? So Nicole gets the job done. And it's like Joel gets that good run off the corner. We'll see here as they go into the chicane, or the bus stop, which way we want to look at it. More of a bus stop than a chicane. And something happened. someone. Let's see. We did. We lost somebody. Not sure who that was. About to find out, I'm sure, as Nicole and it's WRT Yem. 6 laps ago, Yem is out of this race. Not sure what happened to him. We'll come back and check out these guys later. Meanwhile, Robert's still trailing behind Chasmo. And look who it is. That's Sir Markey. He's gonna make it interesting here. Lost another driver in the field. CXR Ghost Viper. The 2 drivers sending it home. Robert's still working on Chasmo. Bobber still hasn't gave up on getting the Chasmo. And Markey's sitting there thinking, I'm here. Go at it. Let's get up to that race lead real quick. Looks like Breeze has caught back up to Ridge. Definitely caught back up to Ridge because he was quite a ways behind him. Not sure if Ridge made any mistakes. Only about a handful of laps left in this one, and right now it's going good for the race lead. Hydra, all by himself, has finally broken away from the pack. Finally getting away from Bobbers a little bit. We'll go through the field here. Well, we're getting to the end of the race to show you where everyone is at in this one. Bobbers running 5th. SSR Markey tracking him down for that 5th spot, currently running 6th. CXR Supreme, not too far off these guys though. Right there running 7th. He's in the championship hunt. And he knows a miracle has to take place for him to get it. He hasn't given up hope yet. And CXR Bola, good season by Bola, as he's been very consistent. He's had one bad week, but nonetheless doing very well today. FRF Tiago, and this is one of the most, I would say, most surprise drivers in the field, not running or battling for that top 5. He's currently running 9th. He's had a great season. Missed last week. Had some personal things to take care of, and right now he struggled early in this one, so he's regained himself just a little bit there. Then we got MRT Jewel in that 10th spot. SSR Nicole running in that 11th spot. LMP Amoeba right there in that 12th spot, right behind her. Looks like they both had some issues going up Rouge. 13th, CXR Smudger, all by himself. Looks like he had some issues in the middle of this one. 14th, Diamond 2014, by himself. He's got a little bit of a company not too far behind him as MRT Truth running in that 15th spot, and SSR Starlord in that 16th spot. Meanwhile, SSR Oval Racer, he's running 17th, not too far off the pace of these guys. AMR Light running 18th, all by himself. And then we had CXR Ghost Viper and and 19th, who sent it to the garage, and WRTM with another rough ending to a race. And talk about a guy that has some good pace and just unfortunate bad luck as his season in MEA at least comes to a close until next year. And we'll hope to see both of them back, as always happy to see new faces. Let's go check on Chasmo, as he's leading that charge of cars. There's Bobberts, there's Marky. Marky got a little too deep. Ready to go. Bobber snips the back end of Chasmo. Chasmo didn't get a really good run. This just in, B Lobby has been completed. The B Lobby results are as follows. Race winner, SSR Ricky Bobby takes the win. MRT Rampage second, third MRT Turtle, fourth FDR Brett Ward, and rounding out the top 5 of the B Lobby, FRT Cyborg. That is your final from the B Lobby. We have only so many laps to go here late, as we come down to the final few laps here in the A Lobby. ESV Chasmo trying to hold off SSR Bobberts. Bobberts trying to stay away from Marky. Marky just trying to find some type of answer to crack that top 5. And for all of you that are just watching, welcome to week number 5 of the MEA GTR Cup, as we come to the final few laps here at Spa. Points leader ESV Chasmo trying to finish off. It's been a great campaign for him. Get his first MEA title. JSR Hydra needs a miracle. If he wants to win the title, he's in front, running in that 3rd spot right now, as he finally got out of the pack. And then one other championship contender, CXR Supreme, he's running 7th. And he needs both Hydra and Chasmo to pretty much make some major mistake here in order for him to win the championship. Three drivers, 1 title. The final race of the MEA season of 2019. We have 2 to go, and race leader RZM Ridge is under fire from RZM Breeze. We got a battle for the lead. Breeze in the almost first half of this race. Ridge was able to take over the lead and got a nice gap on Breeze, and Breeze has slowly closed in that gap, and it's been fun to watch as these two have been pretty much together since the start of this race and never looked back. Just trying to hold off Breeze here. We'll see how much longer he can do that, because Breeze, one of the best when it comes to tracking down drivers. Right on him. Two to go. This time by. back on that battle for the 4th spot. We'll come back to these guys in a minute as Chaz was still leading the way. These guys are still with one another. It's becoming a good one. Can Chaz hold off Bobbers? Can Bobbers hold off Mark? And can Mark make a miracle pass with 2 to go to get into that top 5? He has disappointed last week, and he's trying not to disappoint this week. Last week, SSR Mark, he started from 19th to get inside the top 5. He started pretty much up front in this one. He started 6th, I do believe. So he is still sitting there trying to find some advancements. He's trying to get around his teammate, SSR Bombers. He's trying to take something around Chasmo here. JSR Hydra has checked out. No longer involved in this battle as you see him going around the corner there. CXR Supreme slowly creeping up on these guys. I just don't think he has enough time to get there. Welcome to the stream. For all that is watching, the championship finale here at MEA Spa GTR Cup. A title to be crowned. Robert's got a great one. He's sticking his nose to the inside of Chasmo side by side. They connect. They collide. SSR Market goes to the inside. He'll take over 4th. Side by side, Chasmo Market. Or, I'm sorry, Bobbers. Bobbers getting to the inside. Chasmo trying to shut the door. Side by side, we were talking about something happening here. And look at that. Supreme's now in the mix. What a race we got here late. White flag in the air, this time by race leader Arcean Breeze, trying to hold off his teammate Arcean Breeze. Here we go. They're going up Rouge. Gotta make it perfect. Like they both hit it the same way. Nothing going wrong there. Breeze, who could have been one of the championship contenders this season, was not able to race every week. Ridge didn't race at all this season, and is leading. Ryan's Motorsports represented well here today at Spa in the MEA GTR Cup. Ridge just has to hold on, run consistent, hold on to those inside lines best he can, and hope that Breeze doesn't find a way to stick his nose there. Post-race interviews coming up next. 18 drivers still on the racetrack. Nobody has gone a lap down. You pull up the race map here. It's such a big track, it's going to be near impossible for these guys to really lap, and as competitive and as quick as all these guys are, you're not going to see many lap down cars. And we haven't seen many this season, even at the shorter tracks. I mean, that just tells you how quick and how close these guys are in talent. Obviously, some a little more than others, but it's been a phenomenal season nonetheless. The final few turns. Ridge, gonna hold on. Can Breeze make some type of late desperation pass? He will not. And coming around the final corner, his first MEA victory. RZM Wedge will win week number 5 in the MEA GTR Cup. Breeze finished second. JSR Hydra will finish third. And look at this, Barber's trying to take another jab at Markey. Side by side, Trasmo. It's the inside. And look at this. Wow. What a finish. Markey fourth, fifth Bob. Bobbert, 6th Chasmo, 7th Supreme, 8th CXR Bulla, 9th FRF Tiago, 10th MRT Joel, LMP Amoeba finish 11th, CXR Smudger will finish 12th. He should finish 12th. Diamond Man 2014, 13th, 14th, SSR Star-Lord, 15th, MRT Truth, SSR Oval Racer will finish 16th, 17th, AMR Light, and something happened to SSR Nicole. She had to make another pit stop, so she could not make it on fuel. And now we'll round out your 18th. CXR Ghost Viper will finish 19th, and WRTM will finish 20th. And that is it here for the season championship. Unofficially, ESV Chasmo will take the title. We will talk to them momentarily as we'll pull the top 5 drivers into the commentary booth to talk about this one and what a season it has been. We will also bring Chasmo in to talk to him about his title and what it meant to him as well, as he is your champion. So we'll just get these guys in here momentarily to talk to them about the race, about everything else, and we'll get going from there. And we'll close this series out, close the season out, as what a race we had today. And it did not, in the least, not impress anybody. But we'll get these guys in here momentarily, and we'll talk to them all as we get them all in here. So just waiting for the guys to get into the party. We have Hydra, Breeze, Chasmo. We are just waiting for Marky, Bobberts, and Ridge to get in here as well. So nonetheless, there's Ridge there now, and we'll just wait a couple more people. There's Marky, and we are waiting for Bobberts. So I believe we have everybody except those guys. And we'll pull up their final race results here as well. As what a race it was today, not only from a leading point of view, but mid-pack, back-to-pack. You've pretty much seen it all over the place. And what a race we have here today. And I believe we have everyone in here. Let's double-check. Marky, Bobberts, Ridge, Breeze, Hydra, and Chasmo. And we do so. We'll come to Chasmo after talking to the top 5 here. But SSR Bobberts, what a race. And for you guys that just joined the party, please put your party audio on. Check that box off for me. But SSR Bobberts, what a wild one it was there at the end. And it was a good race all race long, a lot of battling. And I got to tell you what, 3 wide to the line doesn't get much better than that.
No, I mean, from a spectator perspective, obviously it looked like it was obviously good hard racing. To be fair, I didn't think I should have been there. I had engine damage on the first stint from right at the word go, so I was very slow. I was losing a lot of time. I wasn't even getting to the 15s at that point. I was doing like 16 flats, and when I got going, so I was losing time. I was surprised I was still third, obviously, because of a couple of incidents behind. Then when I got up and running, the pace was there. Obviously, I had to get past a few people. Nearly got hit off by my own teammate, Star-Lord, at one point, so that was a little hair-raising. But I enjoyed the race on the whole, minus the first stints. I think I could have had the pace with the front 2. I didn't lose that much time. Maybe could have consolidated third, but at least the main thing is I finished ahead, 2 places ahead of Supreme, which means I finished third in the standings. So I'll take it.
And Bobberts, this is not only the final race of the series, but this season, and you've been one of the many that have been with us all year long, and it's been a wild year, but a lot of fun. And do you have anything to look back from the 2019 season here at MEA?
When am I going to catch a break and win a title?
I can't answer that question for you, but nonetheless, congratulations, Bobberts, on a top 5 finish. A very hard, well-earned, but deserved finish, and congratulations getting in the top 5.
Cheers, Steve.
And we'll move up to the 4th place finisher, SSR Marky. And Marky, man, I tell you what, you had to do some trailing, you had to do some tracking down, and you made it happen. And obviously, you caught up to Bobberts at one point in the race. You and Chasmo got into it. It was you and Hydra, I believe, that got into it, went to the sand. So you had to kind of rebound from that mistake. But there at the end, I mean, you caught up with a few laps to go. Just take us through those final moments of that race, because that was very exciting. Obviously, you got around Chasmo Bobbers after a little mistake that they had there, but what a finish.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Well, first, for the last couple of laps, I was just waiting for maybe a mistake of one of these two guys in front of me, and well, they actually just touch a bit, and I take the opportunity to came in front, and well, yeah, and well, that was pretty intense. Stance 2 was just like a trailing. I was following Chasmo as much as I can, and yeah, give me a nice 4th place.
You know, we talked last week, you know, you had to start from 19th, and this week you obviously qualified really well. When you did get behind, what was your mental stage? Because sometimes people get really flustered and they start losing their pace because of frustration. It seemed like you were very calm, cool, and collected to keep yourself moving forward, and not only that, being able to put yourself in that position there at the end.
Well, you know what? I was just staying that cool and just riding. I love that track. Guys in front are really quick. I know they're quicker than me, so I was just trying to find my pace and have most decent pace that I could maybe put on. And yeah, that was pretty intense, and that was a pretty nice season also.
Well, congratulations, Marky, on closing out your 2019 season at MEA strong, and obviously it has been the best of year for you in MEA and a lot of the events, but it seemed like the last few weeks in this series particularly, you were able to put on a strong showing, so congratulations on a strong finish in 2019 here with us.
Thank you.
And JSR Hydra, you know, you're going to finish probably runner-up unofficially in the point standings. What a race for you as well, and you had to earn every bit of that 3rd place. You got into a little bit with Marky there, and then that 4th place battle between, you know, not only yourself, but you and Chasmo duking it out all race long. Bobberts, Marky, Supreme. I mean, it just seemed like you couldn't get out of there, and you finally got away from everybody, but it was kind of too late in the race. But nonetheless, you were able to get into the top 3. It was a really hard race for you.
Yeah, at the start I got blocked severely by Bobbert, so I was trying to get around him, but then battling with Chasmo and Thiago, and Chasmo put me into the... No, he punted me off on Huon, and then I had 2 coming togethers with Marky, sorry. So I was trying to recover all race, basically.
And, you know, after you got out of the hole, it seemed like you were able to get away. I have to ask you, though, I know that Ridge and Breeze were able to kind of pull away from themselves, you know, from the pack. Obviously, the rest of you guys were pretty much fighting all race long, which was really fun to watch. But if you could have gotten out a little bit sooner, you know, in the race, do you think you could have possibly had a chance to catch up to those guys and battle for the win today?
Yeah, if I got out around, I don't know, 4 or 5, I would have caught up, I think. Would have had a good battle.
Well, nonetheless, congratulations on a very good showing this season. Obviously, very disappointing missing 1 race this season that could have been the difference maker for the championship. But congratulations on a strong finish, a strong last couple of weeks, and hoping to see you back with us next year.
Thanks.
And moving up, Breeze, my man, we've missed you the last few weeks here, and you're back with us again this week. Obviously, last week we were told that you got stuck in traffic, so you weren't able to be in the race. This week, made it back with us, and you led a good portion of the race. We actually missed the pass between you, Ridge, and yourself. You fell off a little bit when you guys made your pit stops, and he had a good, you know, about stretch ahead of you. And then late in the race, you were able to catch up to him. What happened?
I just clipped the grass going into the no-name corner, so I went a bit wide, and Ridge managed to get past me there. And through the pit stop phase, I have no idea. I seemed to lose about 2 seconds on Ridge. I was right behind him when we went into the pit stop itself, so that was a bit strange.
You should probably talk to your pit crew later about that. Nonetheless, Breeze. You caught up to Ridge there at the end, and obviously you weren't in a great spot to try to take that overtake near the last chicane, which is a very tricky spot to make a pass. I mean, it's easy, but it is tricky at the same time. Obviously, we saw Chasmo try to go underneath Bobbert and Hydra with a few laps to go, and that whole cluster of, Chasmo, Bobbert, and Markey. But, you know, if you had a couple more laps, would you have tried to take the opportunity to pass, or would you have just kind of ran the way you did there at the end?
It depends. I think I would have run the way I did. Last thing I want to do is take off another teammate, so I don't think I would have done anything ballsy at that point. It was more about just get the 1-2 and come over with it.
I know that the boss man's in the chat was watching this race, and he said Rise Motorsports was pretty strong today, and you guys definitely put on one heck of a performance. But congratulations on coming back here this week and finishing out the season with us and having a good showing. So congratulations, finishing top 2.
Cheers, Bernie.
And the race winner, first-time winner here at MEA, Ridge. You said you weren't going to make it this season. You finally got to a race, and you were able to capitalize on a win. And obviously winning a race, it's always no fun when you're all by yourself, out in front and getting the win, but you had your teammate, let alone, pushing you there at the end. Not only you were pushing him to go, battle it out. What did it take for you to hold him off? Because I know that, you had that gap for a while, and then all of a sudden here he comes, creeping back up, a few laps to go, and what was going through your mind at that point? Ridge, we're glad to have you. Obviously, you wanted to be here all season. We would have loved to have you all season as well. But, it was a little surprise this week because I didn't do your qualifying myself. Obviously, we have a few other people here at MEA to do a qualifying. As soon as I saw your name up, I said, this guy told us he wasn't going to race. And here you are getting the win. And you're obviously your first MEA win with us. And congratulations on that. And we hope to see you back next year and competing. So congratulations on the win today. And your 2019 MEA GTR Cup unofficial champion, ESV Chasmo, Elusive Motorsports. And Chasmo, what a year it has been for you, my man. The last few series that you competed in, it's been an up and down battle for you. Obviously, in the Prototype Challenge, it wasn't the best showing, and there was a lot of frustration week in and week out. But you came into this series, it seemed like you pretty much dialed in straight off the bat, got a win. Obviously, with Hydra missing a race, it really opened up that gap. Also, Tiago missing a race, because Tiago and you were very close in the points at one point. He missed last week. So pretty much you didn't have to finish worse than 16th. You would have been fine. But we were able to hold it together. And a nice battle there between you, Marky, and Roberts at the end. Obviously, got a little bit choppy. But nonetheless, an MEA title for the first time with us. And how does that feel?
Just another MEA title to Elusive, really. I didn't really expect to win the championship, but Hydra and he's missing the rounds. I'll just put it that way.
Right, and this was very tough racing for you. Take us through your final moments of this one, because you were battling all race long. I mean, it was start to finish. There was no relaxing for you or Hydra. in this one. You know, obviously you guys were the top two, and Supreme, who was there as well. And obviously, if Supreme needed you and Hydra to do really, really bad, pretty much last. But you know, nonetheless, you guys just kept battling through the pack. And I mean, you and Hydra got together at one point. You and Bobbers got together at one point. I mean, it just seemed like it was really hard racing. Just take us through some of those moments, if you don't mind.
Well, I think it's the first 5 laps. Going, is it P1? I just tried to go around the outside, which wasn't going to work. And we just collided. And then Roberts, I tried to do the same thing, which didn't work. So that was really it. But I just didn't have the consistency this week.
Well, nonetheless, Chasmo, and I see you got your gamer tag arranged back around again. So that's good to see. But nonetheless, congratulations on your title. Congratulations on a phenomenal series season, and we're hoping to see you back with us in 2020. So congratulations.
Thanks.
And to all of you watching today, thank you for watching us as we close out not only the GTR Cup, but MEA's 2019 season. We will not be back until next year, but look forward to us on MEA Online Racing on Twitter, or go to our MEA Mayhem Endurance Association on Facebook. As next year we'll kick off with the MEA NASCAR series. We weren't gonna try to pull that off here late in the season, but it's just been too tough to get it in, and we decided that we would host it next year. So look for that to be in the first series of 2020. And thank you for watching all season long. I'm SSR Mayhem, leaving you here from Spa as RZM Ridge wins. RZM Breeze will take second, JSR Hydra third, Markey from SSR fourth, SSR Bobberts fifth, and your championship title winner, ESV Chasmo. Thank you all for watching, and good night.